God dang it.
The women's tag team champions at risk of losing their titles in this tag team matchup. We'll see which team wants to. Maurice with a French kiss. It just got as bad as it could for the champ. Into the cover. Oh my God. That's impossible. I can't believe what we just saw. I don't know if there's more frustration or desperation in the ring now, knowing that you tried to end this and failed. Love it or hate it, there's a certain toughness that's brought out in Maurice. The French kiss. I've seen that move before. We might see a new champion crown. Able to save herself there. Nice drop kick. Big plans in mind for the EST. Tactical. From way out, double axe handle pass. Maurice is being stopped. Dangerous situation. Perfect execution by the champion. Belair's got her in her sights. The EST looking to secure the win. K.O.D. Did the champ just close this out? Ooh, boom! Down the round with the schoolboy, shoulders are down. And the pin is broken by the champion. Wow. Great reaction from Belair.
There we go.
Slams face first.
Go.
That looked rough.
You really want to do
I
that?
think they busted her open. Now we might need to get her some help. Naomi! Feel the glow! Feel it, guys! Feel it! I'm feeling it! This is the one. And she lets go of the hold. Maybe she didn't like the leverage or grip she had on that submission, Cole. Leading her into the corner now. Oh, right to the body. Bustling up her opponent. You know what's the county. The champ delivering when it counts. 2. The tag team champions retain. Here are your winners.
No. Lie down before you hurt yourself. Alright, who's next? Braun motherfucking Strowman? No, definitely not Brock Lesnar. Who would frickin' team with Braun Strowman? Mark Henry already holds the title, and The Rock would never team with him. I would say Solo, but, like, no. Kane? I'm good. You know what? I'll go with Kane. Why not? We need to finally give Cody and AJ a challenge besides Aleister Black and Penta. World Tag Team titles at Bad Blood.
This tag team match is sure to be filled with exciting action. These teams want to win bad tonight, and they'll fight hard to get it. Yeah, these superstars look like they're all business, not a weak league among them. Getting them right into the corner. We're locked in reversals here. Neither competitor intimidated.
I'm already not liking this.
The challenger might have what it takes to win this. Rollins looking to finish it here. Rollins connects, but he's not done yet, Byron. There's an exclamation point on this matchup.
Finish him off.
American Nightmare. The champ might have just sealed things. He breaks the pin, keeping his team in this one. Sky. Oh, he paid for that.
Oh, I just attacked AJ Styles. It's not the first time.
Ooh, harsh kick.
No, you don't.
And the champ coming from that. Merciless looking blood. Vicious, downright savage club right there. Challenger's in a bad way. At this point in the match, I say make the tag and recover as much as you can. Strowman ate. To get out of the way. Legs caught. Oh, man. And Styles end this right here, right now. There it is.
Styles Clash! 1, 2.
And the champs retain.
Here I was thinking that was going to be harder than it was.
Here are your winners. And here, World Tag Team Champions.
Fatal 4-way. Akira. Natalia. Jacks knows one out of woman. I have a feeling that was Zoe Stark. Yeah, it was Zoe Stark. Fatal 4-way Bad Blood. This will be the Omniverse most important battle, not between the Intercontinental Championship and the United States Championship. After this, she'll most likely be handing over the title. Nia Jax tapped out to Io Sky. No doubt she'll tap out to one of these women.
We are this far into the match. Where is this energy coming from? Champs down. This one's for everything. The champ kicks out with authority. She just will not give up, Cole. Placing her against the turnbuckle. Thunderous headbutt by Zoe Stark. Flip into a facebuster. Sword. Perfect execution. Let's go for submission hold. Ira Valkyria powering up her. Taking
Now.
Championship. And that breaks up the 10. And now Lyra.
I was about to finish the fight.
We might be moments away from crowning a new champ.
Yeah, nice attempt there, Nia.
And she's just put an end to that submission. Lyra diagnosing her target. Lyra Valkyria powering up her opponent. And now there it is.
Bah. My time.
moment to get pumped off of this crowd. The boat, Natalia, doing what she does best. Sharpshooter. That ends the submission hold. Rhea Ripley's looking to finish things off. We're about to do so, Corey. If she can step through.
Natalia's still going for the sharpshooter every 5 freaking seconds.
Foot just going for the pin. Title on the line. Breaks the cover and this match continues. Champ struggling to stay on the defensive ball. Been holding strong for so long throughout this fatal four-way. To be crowned champion. She's getting fired up, ready to show her opponent what she's got. She continues to fight off her opponent.
Man, you just do not quit, do you? You can't let me just go. Can't.
Absolute weapon. Oh, right on. Not good.
Yeah, they're booing you because you suck, Nia. Really? Really? You couldn't just let me have that, could you?
Fast press! Fast press! Fast press! I think Lyra Valkyria
No.
that shot. Up and face buster! Man, precision offense into the pin. This could be it. Directly to the neck. Lyra Valkyria thinking big. That's a big mistake.
Now's my only chance. One of my only freaking chances. One. Frog splash missed. Fourth night wins. 1, 2, 3. That's the most bloody that I have ever seen Lyra Valkyria.
A successful title defense for Art.
Getting close like Punk, but can't keep it. He already fought Jada Parker. Jordan Grace, why not? She hasn't challenged for the Intercontinental Championship in a long time. Who better to fight than Rhea Ripley? Last time she got it, she got tapped out 1,000,000 times by Asuka.
Women's Intercontinental title up for grabs in this one. Nearly 50 years of history for the men's Intercontinental title. Rick to the gut. Here it comes. Muscling up her opponent for riptide. That's got to be it. Consider the championship retained. It was almost just lights out on their championship dreams. Let's see if that kick out was a spark or... Rhea Ripley.
Two.
Perfect execution from the champ. 2. Shoulders up. Shoulders up.
Seriously?
Barely able to kick out. I thought the champ had it in the bag. This is how much the championship means. You can see the sweat drip out of the challengers every pore. Shot couldn't end this, and you gotta wonder what's next. Nonsense offense from Rhea. Death Valley bomb. There it is.
I'm coming! Trying to get out of a third time! Yeah.
Consider your title dreams dashed after that.
1, 2, 3.
That's it. The champ stays the champ.
Not bad, but not good.
Here is the winner. And the WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, Rhea Ripley. So she succeeds in defending her title tonight. She just made a statement with this defense. She will fight tooth and nail to keep her title around the waist.
Might actually get to a Royal Rumble here. Stephanie McMahon, huh? What do you know?
There's the ballot. It's on. The WWE Women's Championship represents everything these women stand for as athletes. Look, the hype's in the rearview mirror. It's time to buckle up because there's nothing like being on this stage, throwing down for the highest of prizes in the game. Catches the leg. Oh, what a clubby blow. Here it comes. And the champ recovered from that. Makes the cover. What? Unbelievable. Kick out at one. Unbelievable. More like inhuman. But if we see one more devastating move again, this can be over. Chess match of counters and reversals happening here. Getting her set up for something in the corner. Catches the kick. Complete stalemate. Neither one giving an inch. Oh, walloped by a huge club. Stephanie gets countered. Battle of counters. No one's getting their full offense in. Our champion is getting rocked a little. Steph asserted some dominance with that attack. She's bringing the fight outside. Looks like she's opting to go with the old classic, a steel chair. Sliding out of danger. That's a lot of blood starting to pour from Io's head.
Is it though? I've seen worse. This is a savage display of violence? Bruh. I have seen much worse. Over the top? No! Oh, he actually got blood on me. And I did not expect that chair to actually... Okay. Okay. Dang. He actually got me with blood. Now come here.
I don't think Io is going to let that kick in the phaser. If anything, it only fueled him with fire. These women refuse to stop, going toe-to-toe to prove who's better. This is a testament to the lengths they will go to remain on top of the women's division. Brutal club. Mat cover. New champion.
You're really gonna cover me after that? No. She is not getting the title like that. Okay, I get if Stephanie, like, this is just like Jacob and like other matches like that. I'm okay with them getting the title, but not like that. That is not good for story's sake. And I hate having to redo this match because that chair actually invoked blood, and that was pretty cool. But I can't exactly ignore the fact that my story was screwed up.
Given the no disqualification modifier on this, that's not what she had planned. At any cost. Blow to the abdomen gets them out of that. Submission face first. Koji clutch him. She is trying to break out of this. Ooh, an elbow does the job. Io in a daze. Over soon. Drop kick on the mark. Heading to the top rope here.
Over the top. Oh, yet somehow multiple chair shots and overtop moonsault doesn't beat her that time. And she gets me by pinning me with that strength. Games do not make sense sometimes. Like, legit. They do not make sense sometimes. Even though that fight was more average than the last one, at least it made more sense story-wise. Stephanie couldn't beat Io Sky if she tried. We had a successful Money in the Bank cash-in with Liv Morgan getting the Women's World Championship. She's already gotten the tag titles, the United States title, the Intercontinental title, and now this one. So she has almost made herself a Grand Slam champion. At least in my universe. Becky Lynch will now get another opportunity to fight for the title, except against Liv Morgan.
The Women's World Championship on the line here in this matchup. This might be it. The champ might keep it here. Right on the mark. That's got to up the champ's confidence.
And she motherfucking kicked out of the motherfucking thing.
Celebrations yet. Byron, what kind of mindset do you have to thrive in a no DQ match? You have to be willing to both dish it out and take it, Michael. Complete shot. Face first.
Oblivion. And she motherfucking kicked out again.
Can the champion respond with their back against the wall? And with that coming down from way up top. Right the button. Without giving it any
Let it slide.
It just got as bad as it could for the champ. You gotta be kidding me. What just happened? I don't know, but I think it just blew the roof off this arena. You know, Becky is feeling a dissatisfaction with the outcome of that pin count. She thought she had it. Kicked it.
Another slam.
Just sealed the deal of us having a new champ. I can't believe it. We were a second away from a new champion. Are we close to the start of a new reign? And Becky Lynch is fuming. She did all that work and still it wasn't enough.
Jawbreaker from Chris Jericho. 1, 2, Becky kicks it.
She just will not go away. And she wisely heads back to the ring. Jumping, complete shot. In. Title in the balance. The cover.
1, 2, 3.
Liv Morgan retains the championship. Here is your winner. And WWE Women's World Champion, Liv Morgan. So she succeeds in defending her title tonight. What a battle. The champion was faced with a formidable adversary, but was able to overcome the challenge.
CM Punk stopped Drew McIntyre's cash-in for the United States title and beat Kevin Owens. Still proving he is the most dominant United States champion so far. Besides technically Undertaker and Drew McIntyre and kind of Bronson Reed. Other than that, though, he has been the most dominant. Punk's next opponent. John Cena. Title that John Cena made with the United States Open Challenge, the most prestigious title in the entire game, besides the heavyweight and undisputed championships.
This is all for the right to call yourself the United States champion. Kicks it on time. And there's the kick out. Still too early in this match. In position. Devastating maneuver by the champion. Sweet dreams coming. The champ delivering when it counts. He's able to counter that.
He's looking for 3 in a row.
Big back body roll. You see the height on that? Cena ducks underneath. Couple of shoulder tackles now. Cena, the powerhouse. To finish things up with a slam for the title and the glory. He gets the kick out after the one, giving a massive effort to overcome the pin attempt. Stiff elbow will break. Sweet dreams coming. The champ taking care of business here.
1, 2, bruh.
The skin of their teeth. And don't expect the champ. John Cena. Champ's in trouble. Going for the cover. No, he beats the count. That was a matter of a fraction of a second. And Cena looks a little surprised. He's not used to being on this side of a kick out. Thanks for being here, guys. Looks like he's got something in mind for ringside here. Clearing up the announce table.
Cena hasn't competed for a title in quite a long minute. So seeing him compete against one of his biggest iconic rivals, CM Punk, is iconic.
In another minute, the chaos could be right on top of us. Sliding back in under the ropes here. Climbing the turnbuckles to the top. From the top. Poorly timed, high-risk attempt. Drop kicked all the way to the floor. And this one's taken to the outside. Setting up for something here.
No, you don't.
And he's going to the top.
Come on. Make your move.
Double axe handle. No way. Again?
Second sitting elbow.
Elbow drop. Took up the champ with the pin.
1, 2, 3.
CM Punk remains on It was his. You have to give him credit.
Braun Breaker has finally been dethroned as a champion by the world's strongest man getting his first title since the year-long tag titles with CM Punk, the Intercontinental Championship, and he makes his first actual defense here at Bad Blood. Shinsuke Nakamura will be his first opponent.
The WWE Intercontinental title on the line, perhaps a new chapter.
Fred! Shinsuke instantly with the death kill!
And Henry forces his way out. Could be in search of a second win now. And you can see the look of exhaustion next to
Shinsuke another kill! Just like Ilya Dragunov, Shinsuke is not holding back.
Absolutely stunned. A display of near superhuman resilience. After seeing that, it's hard to imagine what it's going to take to keep this competitor down. And you have to wonder if Nakamura can pull. Mark Henry has his opponent up. That is how a true champion defends their title. Not even a 2 count. What unbelievable power. You gotta be kidding me. Everyone here is in shock. That was a golden opportunity to end things. Now he's got to hope the opportunity presents itself again. Fighting back counter. Nakamura.
A third Kinshasa!
To win this. There's 2. What a kick out at 2. What a display of stamina. The champ showing they are truly worthy of his title. But things might only get harder from here. Nakamura thought he had this match all wrapped up.
Yeah, that's right. Get out of my way.
And enters back into the ring. From the top.
Try. Get out of my way.
Consecutive high-risk maneuvers, and the pace of this match has certainly picked up. And here we go. Dropping the elbow. That could be enough to continue to reign. Goes for the pin.
1, 2, 3.
Henry can still hold the title above the competition. Here is your winner, and still WWE Intercontinental Champion, the world's strongest man, Henry. A successful title defense for him tonight. Statement made. He wants everyone to know this is his title.
now fights Jimmy Uso. Beat me once, I'll beat you again.
The World Heavyweight Championship will be decided in this one tonight. See a new champion come.
Jimmy trying to get redemption for Jey Uso. Check that.
Kicking out at one after that is unheard of. That was all. From the top.
Uso slashed, but he missed.
Dodging the attack. He catches
Gunther was looking going for the kill. No, he missed.
Gunther now behind applies the clutch with the body lock. This could end soon. And riding in pain, trying to find an escape. I think his hopes of that are running out quick. Trying to escape, and yes, he's able to get free from that submission hold. Oh, retaliates.
What? 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 Randy Orton? Okay, this is low-key sick. I just created myself a freaking amazing story. RKO him. RKO him. Oh, he has a chair? That's it? Come on. I wanted him to RKO. Is he gonna give Jimmy Uso the title? No, I was gonna say, like, now we're gonna get Gunther and Randy Orton. For Hell in a Cell. Jimmy's gonna take the title! Uso splash! That chair shot might have taken all that Gunther had in the playbook! But Gunther still kicks out! Jimmy is furious after what's happened to Jey Uso.
That was just malicious. Oh, that's disrespectful. A huge show of challenger in the ire of the champ.
Come here!
Gunther wraps his arms and legs, gonna try to choke him out. All the force and pressure of this hold being focused. Looking to get out of this, and yes, able to slip out.
You try your super kick on me? Try a super kick on me?
To do that kind of damage. Oh, man. And out from the
Now give me that chair. Give me that chair. Oh, I guess it's not working anymore. Super kick! Remember, if Jimmy Uso cannot get the title, if Gunther loses the title one more time, he can never challenge for the title ever again. All Jimmy Uso needs is that one opportunity, that one spear, that one super kick, and he got him!
This could be it.
And Jimmy Uso is the World Heavyweight Champion. Randy Orton just screwed Gunther out of the title. That's actually a really good storyline. Both Usos have become World Heavyweight Champions. Randy Orton just screwed Gunther out of the title. That is freaking crazy. Jimmy Uso is a world champion. Final event for Bad Blood. Brock Lesnar, the new champion, finally dethroning Roman Reigns after many, 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 many years. Almost just as long as his previous reign. Faces his first defense. The only other title he's gotten is the Intercontinental Championship. But that didn't really last long. He did defend it in a killer way. Speaking of killer, he faces Killer Karrion Kross as his first opponent for the World WWE Undisputed Championship. And now Roman's gonna go for another title. Roman's gonna have to enter the Royal Rumble. I can't believe it. Randy Orton screws Gunther out of the title. I haven't seen Randy Orton in a freaking title opportunity since 3 years ago.
When brands emerge in WWE, you get a title match like this. He's able to reverse it. Byron, grab your little dog and warn your
Now get up!
Good night.
You get up!
Might just ended things right there.
Time to end this. Personally.
Perfect execution by the champion.
1, 2, 3. Brock Lesnar has beaten his first opponent as undisputed champion.
Good job by our champion, holding on to that title. He just cemented his title reign with a gutsy performance.
Because he's the beast, Brock Lesnar! Alright. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Hell in a Cell is next. Nope. Wait a minute. I'm wrong. We still have Crown Jewel and Payback. So we're going to do Payback first.
The Women's Tag Team Championships being contended for in this battle to decide the better team.
Maurice and Julia go for a rematch against the tag champs Naomi and Bianca at Payback.
Naomi, feel the glow. Submission. Look. A couple of knees and then another one, and that'll force the break. Bullseye. How do you win a no DQ match?
Get up!
Maurice with the French kiss. Could that be enough to gain the title? Covers, wasting no time. This could be it. Oh, Maurice hasn't messed it up.
Finish her off.
She's fully locked in this. Let's go. She can release the hold. Maybe she has something better in mind. Maurice is being stopped. Dangerous situation. Way up the ankle. Oh, no. Full Nelson. Sit out. Slay. And there it is. The title's not going anywhere tonight. 2 count. And the champs stay the champs. What a title defense. Here are your winners. And still.
Rematch for these guys, too.
Tag team fame on the line as the World Tag Team titles are up for grabs in this tag team match. We are starting things off with AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes. And they'll be in for one hell of a tag team match as they square up with Braun Strowman and Kane. When you're at the top of the mountain in the tag team division, every other team wants to knock you off a bit. And that's what this championship match is all about. Somehow, this title is still up for grabs. Now might be a good time to regroup. Rethink your foot. Strowman looking to put this thing away. We might be moments away from crowning a new champ. You ain't kidding me. What just happened? Strowman, what power? Running power, sir. Oh, we headed toward a title change. And now placed in the corner. One answer after another. Neither competitor giving an inch. Being carried around now. Straight back down the throat. And here's Kane in off the tag. Partner gets tagged in. It looks like Kane is about to secure this victory. Great response to AJ there. He finds the abdomen. Elbow thrown to break up the maneuver. Cody Rhodes switches a ball. There's one crossroads firing. Oh, he's not showing it. We're going to get a second. Are we going to get the trifecta, Michael? Crossroads. The champ might have just sealed things. Hold on. Is he thinking of the submission here? Getting him cinched in. Oh, man, that was a thing of beauty. Ready to snap there. Oh, my goodness. Tags into the match. Taking a moment to get pumped, but this crowd is a cover. We're going to shut this down. And the champ can't keep the shoulders down. This is where great cardio makes all the difference, helping you stay alive deep into the match. What a clothesline. The challenger taking some minor damage. Cody taking no opportunity for granted. Firm control. Big boot.
Cody,
Perhaps
what are
looking
you
for some kind
doing?
of equalizer here. Oh boy, sticking with the classics.
Back to Strowman.
Oh God, piercing shot with the barbed wire. Taking full advantage of the foreign object in play here. Back-to-back attacks. Wow. Cody's capturing the momentum now. Braun is shockingly being dismantled. And into the turnbuckle he goes. Turns that and hits. AJ Styles looking to put this away. Hoists his opponent up. Consider your title dreams dashed after that.
You took the win.
Out. Gets out of the way of that one. Clothesline. Oh, kick. Ooh. Some damage being dealt to the champ. Braun Strowman making an example of his opponent. Kane gets tagged in. What a reversal from AJ. Kane prevents the attack from connecting. Arm smash. Maybe we're doing that. He's caught flush.
You almost hit the win with that.
Schoolboy Blood put this one away. A defiant kick out after after one. I don't know what more this superstar can do to put him away. And look at from the back suplex. And makes the tag to their partner. Getting their partner out of the hole. Roundhouse kick. Listen to this place. It's unreal. The decibel level in here right now is breaking glass. These fans are on fire. The champ taking care of business here. Got it. And they stay atop the tag division. Here are your winners. And his World Tag Team Champions, the team of AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes.
Hey, King Devin. That you unbanned. Curly Kostiff, 2011. Interesting. Well, it's probably one of the main trolls that have been on the frickin' channel. It wouldn't surprise me. They've done it to several other people. Not just you saying unban me and do all that crap. If I ever ban people or block people, it's for a very good reason. It's either because they are trolling, being very hurtful, or just spamming. You know? I don't want that kind of influence on my channel.
Has never been deeper, and the competition level has never been higher. Every woman on today's roster wants this title, and I know plenty of legends are eyeing a comeback to add this one to their resume.
Pushed him right into the ref.
Oh, man. In the corner now, she doesn't want to stay there. She countered that into her own offense. Valkyria powering up her opponent. Nightwing connects. Devastating. champion. Myra Valkyria powering up her opponent. And now down with an outway.
Yeah.
Good execution by the champion.
I'm not one of the people that's just gonna ban for no reason. If I ban or block somebody, it's for a reason.
Perfect execution.
But yeah. How you been?
The champ retains. Here is your winner, and still the WWE Women's United States Champion, Myra Valkyria. She came in the champ. She's leaving.
That's exactly why my stream was postponed, because I frickin' had trouble sleeping too. Night before, I got like 6.5 hours, still frickin' sleepy. And then last night, went to bed really early for an early day today. I got frickin' went to sleep for 3 hours, woke up for 3 hours, and then went back to sleep for 3 hours. Like, it was so bad with how tired I was and how the day was going that I actually had to go to the freaking bathroom at work because I actually got sick. But then whenever I got home, I got at least like over an hour and a half of rest. I'm still not at 100%, but I am better than I was earlier today. That's why I said, like, I thought that I would have to cancel the stream, and then I, like, reconsidered it, and just postponed it until later today. Yeah. So some one of my recent series that I did all this week, the Tailgate series, which was just a this week thing. That's why the movie was at the end of the week. They commented on my part 3 AI slot because I mainly used AI for the Tailgate story because that's the only way that I could think. Because I'm not, look, I'm good at coming up with stuff and like decently cropping pictures and like making pictures, whether it's like photo collage or removing backgrounds, but I am not a good designer, drawer, or animator, like not at all. So I use AI as a form of help, which I've already explained before. Like, I would not have been able to do the Omni games without AI, and it's literally like 90% AI. I'm going to change that to a 95. So someone commented on my part 3 of my Tailgate story, AI slop. I just removed it because I'm like, I apologize at the end because I know, especially proving that comment, that people are going to be criticizing me for going on AI. Like those AI what if YouTubers that have like the voices that aren't actually theirs and they freaking just have an AI voice talking about the story and it messes up the names of their stories. It's basically just AI what if YouTubers. But I'm different than that because I started out as a freaking just doing my own thing. And it's not like I'm ever changing my voice. You will always hear me talk with my voice whenever it comes to stories. Only reason I use AI is because I don't have anything else. So unless I got like an animator or designer or something in my very like far future, depending on how far I get with YouTube, I'm stuck with how AI is getting me along. So it's just like, I apologize at the end of the tailgate one, and like, especially for the Omni Games one, because it's not like I want to use AI. It's not like AI is even bad. Like, people criticize AI for almost no reason, when in actuality, it's like probably one of the best things in terms of like content creation, because if you don't screw it up and the pictures are actually in-depth and creative and it makes the story work out really well and like the designs are really good, what is the freaking point in criticizing AI? They just want to do it just to do it. Because they're like, oh, AI's taking over and all this other bullcrap. Well, that always was going to happen. So what's the point in freaking making a big fest about it, you know? And people will just find anything to hate on. And it's not, like I said, it's what I have at my disposal. Does that mean that I'm going to stick with AI forever? Likely, because it also helped me create Omni. Then again, Zeke's World was able to draw a picture of Omni, and he's a freaking kid. But yeah, that's just where I'm at. Because I am not good at drawing, animating, or designing. I'm only good at decently making pictures, and then very good at talking and making stories.
Nearly 50 years of history for the men's Intercontinental title. That one certainly earned its pedigree. And given the competitors we're seeing competing from the top. Elbow drop. Good Lord. Did you guys feel the rumble from that impact? Brutality on the mind of
Yeah, I just feel like people openly criticize AI too much without even giving it a chance.
The champ delivering when it counts.
As long as you get it from the right source, and as long as you word it the right way, and go for the right design or thing you're trying to go for, AI is actually one of the best things for content creation. And yet people just decide, oh, it's AI slop. And I think the reason that they do that, and this actually makes more sense, is because people will use AI also to make fake movie trailers and shows and everything, and they've actually gotten in really big trouble for that. So I think the reason that mainly people hate AI is because they don't know if it really, they don't know how to differentiate it because of how freaking on point it is and how like crazy it gets nowadays, because it's like so real, especially when it comes to like making things about real people, like Marvel trailers and like movie trailers and stuff like that, and shows, especially like Sora AI. It's like AI is so crazy at this point, sometimes you don't know whether to believe it or not. So I think that that's why people hate AI, is because they feel like it gets too real. But that doesn't give them an excuse to hate on someone's work when I have literally used my channel for no AI until last year. Like, last year is pretty much the first year that I ever introduced AI on this channel. And the only reason that I do it is because, like I said, I don't have a backup option, because I suck at making things, except making epic stories for you guys, which you guys have still killed it with the support, and gave me my best year of support overall last year, with 6, kind of almost close to 700 subs. So clearly, the AI is not slop. And those AI quote unquote slop YouTubers, they get tons of success, albeit many of them get false success considering that, fake channel trailers and stuff like that. But you get my point. I don't know, I just got that comment and I'm just like, bro, I did not want to pin her, my bad. I know I could have gotten her. Now I'm gonna finish her. There we go. What? Alright. 2 riptides, an electric chair, flying elbows, cross lines, and that should finish it. I was gonna say, ain't no way Candice LeRae is that strong. Sorry, I was getting distracted.
Successful title defense for our champion. A tremendous victory by the champion, showing us exactly what she's made of. Give credit to the chief.
Granted, also, besides the Omni games, ever since I started using AI last year, how many times have you seen it predominantly used? Like, honestly. That's because I try not to rely on it. Also, because AI is annoying to work with. Like, ChatGPT is the main thing I use. The only thing I use. And the reason that I try not to rely on it is not because I want to do my own work, but because even if the designs are sick, besides like Omniverse stuff and the Omni games and like small things in between for epic designs like the Zombie Goku story, I try not to rely on it, not just because I want to do my own stuff, like myself, but because ChatGPT keeps holding me back. Like, the slightest thing that's even close to relative violence, it holds me back. And get this, ChatGPT can make mistakes. There have been so many mistakes where they have crossed the lines in that. So, like, for example, there is a good bit of bloody pics and, like, violence in the Omni games, because I wanted to show that this is my biggest and best project of all time, besides the Dale thing and my Omniverse stuff. So, it's not all bloody, but there are, like, when we get to the final, like, 4 or 3 games, it starts to get, like, really in-depth. But, so, it told me even someone punching someone is not allowed. Like, oh, it goes against our content policies. Like, even Transformers blood, which is blue, and it's freaking robot blood, that somehow wasn't allowed. Yet it made me 2-3 freaking pictures. So, yeah. People want to say my stuff's AI slop? Well, tell that to ChatGPT, which holds me back. Like, fun fact, if that hadn't done that so many times, it wouldn't have taken me half a year to do the Omni games. It would have taken me less than. So, that just goes to tell you something. Yeah. Sometimes it lets you do it. Other times it's just stupid. Anyway. So yeah, that's the main reason why I don't want to rely on ChatGPT. Not just because I've always done my own work and only relied on ChatGPT for only small things. Like, if it's a design, a scene, or a story that I have to use it, I'm gonna use it. And I'm going to explain that more and more and more as we get along with the Omniverse. But Yeah, it's not like I try to rely on it. I know I'm probably getting way too into this, but, like, I just feel like someone's gotta explain it. It's not even that comment makes me angry. It's just, like, it's a bit annoying. Because that's the first freaking comment of, like, AI related that I've gotten on this channel. You'd think that by last year that would have happened. After all, I made like 28 freaking Omni Games posts and said the games were going to be predominantly freaking AI. You think that I would have gotten something like that sooner. Like, I guarantee you that was probably one of the GOAT trolls or something like that. Or at least one of his friends. Because if him and Gavin and all those other freaking jokers were still around, they would be tearing me apart for that. I just know it. I'd be getting texts and spams on my Xbox. By the way, they've come on my Xbox before. Like, if I still have those frickin' texts... Like, look at this. Like, if you look right here, add me back, Mr. Davis, W. Goatfiner. Goatfiner always wins, W. Goatfiner. I will not hesitate to leak these photos. Add me back or these photos will be leaked. Stop resisting. Like, bro. I don't know what photos he's talking about being leaked. But yeah, this was right at the end of last year. So, I'm like, bro. How desperate do you have to be to get attention? That's what I'm saying. My point is, I know that they would have done something like that. Like, they would have frickin' came at me on my Xbox, the Discord, and frickin' YouTube, and they would have just harassed me for AI. So one comment's not going to stop me from doing AI. It's never stopped me. Like, if comments and criticism and stuff like that was to stop me from doing what I love, I would not have gone through 8 YouTube channels to get to this one. And this one's been around this year. We'll make it 5 years for Nick's Topics / the Omniverse of Nick. And that's crazy to me. We're getting Io Sky versus... We might actually get a Royal Rumble today. I know almost never we get a Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber. We got a tiny bit more of those in 2K16, but 2K25, it's almost not possible. Far more characters, far more of a big roster, far more PLEs, far more championships. But it might be like at the end of the stream, possibly. But it's like very rare. Because last stream, we got like right close to, we got like right close to a Royal Rumble, but we didn't actually get there. I think that we'll, like, really get close. Io Sky and Alexa Bliss at Payback for the WWE Women's Championship. So, what I want to talk about also here is that for the first time in 2 months, I'm caught up on my work, like project-wise. Obviously, I'm still uploading stuff, but I'm caught up project-wise. So that means that I'm able to literally, I'm literally able to just, like, for the past week, just relax. Like, I've barely done crap. So I've been catching up on watching stuff and just more or less relaxing. It's been a really good break. Like, I haven't had a moment like that in 2 months since before the end of last year. And that's good. I always like to be caught up. It's not like I don't love working on stuff or being ahead, but whenever I get, like, that ahead, then I'm like, it's time for a little bit of a break. And I think that unless next week is different, or the week after, I'm guessing it's going to be the week after next week. So starting tomorrow, the week after tomorrow. And like very close to the Omni games. I'll have to work on at least like 2 more projects. Maybe the end of the list that What If the Whisperers Saved Rick, that list. I might have to work on the next 2. And the last 2 I did was What If Henry Danger Met Phineas and Ferb, which is going to be a really good story. Like, it's a 1-parter tale, but it's like, it's basically going to replace the Second Dimension movie. And it's going to cross over the Second Dimension movie with Henry Danger. And that's going to differentiate a lot of events, but also not too many. And then Iron Man killed Bucky, which is, I'm just going to tell you right now, it's a bad story. Like, it's one of those where I, like, talk about it and then I analyze it, like, immediately. So, like, you'll hear me talking about, like, hey, that's what we're going to find out today, and then it just cuts to me talking. It's one of those stories, like the Roman Marine Prescott one, where it's, like, it's clear-cut how it's going to be. I wish there was a way for me not to spoil that, but it's like, how can I not? And so the next 2 after those, is, I gotta check. John Kramer survived, and Megatron absorbed the fusion cannons, which I hope you guys like the thumbnails. Like, how can people hate AI whenever it made such epic thumbnails for me and epic designs for characters?
You could probably arrange it here. So my advice is to hold nothing back.
Especially for my projects.
Scout it and fire back with a punch straight to the face.
Ooh, thank you. That is not what I meant to do.
Pop right in the stomach, creep.
I don't know.
Alexa Bliss connects with the DDT. That might have just
I was gonna say, if you don't go for the pin there, I'd be concerned.
She kicked out. I can't believe it. We were a second away from a new champion. Are we close to the start of a new reign? I'm not sure.
Yeah, Alexa Bliss has already held the United States and the Florida. What the frick? She just threw Janice at me. Alright, you know what? Come here.
She managed to avoid that offense. Aggressively attacking the
Show off.
These superstars have endured so much.
Trying to do a twisted bliss on me or something? Not a chance! Oh, yes, there is. Over the top. Moose! 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let me think here real quick. So Monday is going to be John Wick and Mercenary Tao, the 1-parter. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and possibly Friday, is going to be John Cena staying in WWE full-time. I already have Tuesday and Wednesday stocked up in for Cena's WWE full-time thing. I don't know if it's going to be a, like, 4-day story. It might even extend to Monday, but I'm going to tell you this right now. Monday is the latest that it's going to go to. And then 9/11. Whispers found Rick. That will be 2 parts, just like the Reaper story. PyCon being wished back is going to be multiple parts. So, I'm going to say that. Let me look at the calendar here. So. Okay, so that, and then this is stocked in for some stuff. I'm gonna say that I am going to be caught up on stories until the Omni Games is over. Because it's less than 3 weeks away. Same with Scream 7. So I'm literally going to be caught up and free of working on any freaking projects for the next 3 weeks, probably. Now, that's not like a true guarantee, but I've been on that kind of schedule before where I haven't had to work on anything major, so that actually gave me a chance to work on some more lists. Because I was getting onto the last 37 that I had. Because I made over 50 or 60 of them the middle of last year, and I was on to 37. So I actually made like 4 or 5 more. Okay, final fights. For Payback, it's going to be no holds barred between Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. Because Becky Lynch is getting another title opportunity for that. Liv Morgan had a successful Money in the Bank cash-in. And fun fact, it's actually the first successful Money in the Bank cash-in that has happened since I started this game. So timeline-wise, that's like 3, almost 4 years, story-wise, in this game. We just ended the Rumble a week ago. So we got the Chamber coming up in real life. And WrestleMania, we're on the road to WrestleMania. Can't believe it's 2026 already, and we got the frickin' road to WrestleMania. Time frickin' flies. That's also why I started the daily uploads in the middle of last year. Because if I truly want to get every single one of these ideas out before I retire many, many, many years from now, those extra 2 days on the week are essential. No holds barred, Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan.
That's it. The title's going nowhere. Bigger impact. The champion taking the high-risk option to retain the title. She's making the climb to the top rope. Taking flight. Man, a bruising use of their body. And the champion into the pin.
1, 2, and she fell freaking kicks out.
Barely, but it counts. She's headed out of the ring. Countouts are not a factor for her.
Yeah, nice try there.
Looking to absolutely
Jumping complete shot right on Janice. One, two, and she freaking kicks out.
To give everything you've got.
People will kick out of the most ridiculous freaking things to kick out of. Things they should not realistically kick out of. But it's a show. What can you expect? How I finished her before. Come on. Come on. Come on. I believe in you. Oh, come on. Oh, I can't do that move now.
Get this back into the ring now. Guys, can Becky do this? This is how you make a statement. This is how you show.
Natalia?
What's going to happen here? Frustrated. I'm excited, Cole. This just changed everything. What? She's got no business out here. You going to stop her?
Complete shot. One, two, three. Yeah, sucks, doesn't it?
She successfully defends her crown. She knew to submit yourself.
What has been your guys' favorite series that I'm either going to do, and that I've already done, or that I plan to do? Whether it's Omniverse, franchise-wise, you know, like movie or show-wise, or like just something like that. And then what are you most looking forward to? CM Punk and John Cena, the U.S. title. Steel cage.
The WWE United States title is on the line, a title with so much history. Well, the winner always becomes the defender of the red, white, and blue. Well, that is, unless they choose to use the title to insult Americans, as some have. Hey, it's the title holder's freedom to do so.
I did not even mean to do that. Why would you cover me after that? That is the stupidest thing you could do. What the frick?
The champ might have just ended things right there. Well, Looking for GTS.
Closely.
GTS will pop. Did the champ just close this out? Down to his opponent. Forward reversal. Shows great.
Nice try.
Nice running crossbody. Serious determination to the test. And this is the hostility Punk wanted to bring. And Punk gets countered there. Clearly helpless at the moment. The challenger clearing a path to the title. I can't believe the ref didn't even get to.
So yeah, I've already asked you guys what your favorite series or like thing like that is that I've done on the channel, but I want to know what has been your guys' like favorite thing that I have covered. Not favorite franchise or like, I don't want to know like story or anything like that, because I already have asked you guys about that. But but anyway, yeah. I've already asked you guys about your favorite story on this channel. But what has been your favorite subject that I've covered? It could be a franchise, it could be a show, a movie, something that I've already covered, something I plan to cover, or something that you want me to cover that you really like. Because we're pretty much out of Lord of the Rings stuff. We're going to be running out of Henry Danger stuff. We've run out of Saw stuff. Like, it's starting to die down. Like, I might have 1,700 plus ideas, but, like, vast majority of them ain't stories. So, it's like, there's not too much more. In terms of, like, long-term stuff besides new stuff. Besides, like, stuff off of streaming platforms and then new stuff that comes out. No, I'm not going to cover Invincible, but you've given me a heck of a ton of... You guys have given me a heck of a ton of Omni-Man stuff. I like Omni-Man. John Cena is the new United States champion.
John Cena is our new champion. Here is your winner. WWE United States Champion, a victory worthy of a new champion.
Speaking of which, if you have any Omni-Man what-ifs that you have not already submitted, feel free to do those. And like I've said before, and I've made several posts, and I'm going to continue to do this, like, whenever I say, like, catch up on anything that you have in the Omniverse, because it's essential. I'm on season 3 of the Vampire Diaries, but anyway, back to what I was saying. That's why I say so much about catching up in the Omniverse, not just because of the Omniverse story, and, for when the Omni Games comes out, but because, like, new, old, and continuing projects are very important to catch up on, because anything that you guys have not recommended me, like... anything I've done, Dragon Ball, Scream, Saw, frickin' Marvel, The Walking Dead, like, anything like that. You guys don't have to recommend me any Doctor Doom what-ifs, because I have hundreds of them, and it'll be a lot more where those come from by next year going onward. There's not going to be a vast majority of Doom what-ifs this year, but there's going to be plenty for the next 3 years going onward. Like, starting 2027, we're going to be getting a lot of Doctor Doom what ifs coming on. Maybe by the middle or end of this year, but that's not guaranteed. Mark Henry is the new Intercontinental Champion. Fight Gunther. Gunther's lost his chance at the World Heavyweight title. Randy Orton screwed him out of the title. To Jimmy Uso. So yeah, for any characters, subjects, movies, franchises, books, games, any of it. Because besides Attack on Titan in the very near future, and when I'm done with the Vampire Diaries, since I'm on season 3, which I'm starting to consider, like, maybe, possibly, possibly doing Legacies and the originals, but it's like a maybe. But if I am, I know what the timelines are for them. Like, the originals takes place in the middle of Vampire Diaries. So I'm just going to wait until after I watch all of Vampire Diaries and then watch both the spinoffs. Because I was considering not even watching them at all. And just watching the OG show. I was going to recommend... I'm doing What If Twilight crossed over with Vampire Diaries, and you don't gotta worry about the sun thing, because they got the rings in the show, so... just... it's different.
Held by over a dozen WWE the likes of Stone Cold Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart. Well, that title symbolizes the workhorse of WWE. Well, certainly has a history of being the largest stepping stone any individual can climb. Nobody puts superstars on the map. All facts that these men know very well. Losing a tap to the stomach. Pounding the breadbasket. And I think we just might see. Drops the elbow. The champ is in control. Shoulders are down. He manages to kick out with strength. And look at the disbelief on the face of the champion. They both know what's at stake. Neither competitor is going to lose easy here. Big move. Mark Henry has his opponent up. Strongest slam. Chance to retain here. The champ might have put this one to bed.
Shut up, crowd!
Target is set on Gunther. He's in peril. Mark Henry has his opponent up. World's strongest slam. That's it. The title's going nowhere. Into a dragon screw leg whip. The ring general. Powerbomb. That might have just sealed the deal on us having a new champ. How the hell do you kick out of that? I have no words. Not even a 2 count? It is just unbelievable. And Gunther's tank has got to be running low, guys. I don't know what his game plan is now. No idea where this one's heading. Caught in a bad spot. Oh, my goodness. And there was some force on that move. One step ahead there. A clinic of counters being put on by... And he has no ropes to reach for. No form of escape. All he has is his own suffering now, Saxton. Furiously trying to fight his
Are you
way
freaking
out of
kidding
the
me?
bear hug.
The dude was practically an inch away from tapping. It wouldn't have mattered anyway, they're outside of the ring. But still, at least I had him. Right on his leg. I'll teach you a lesson. That's gonna hurt in the morning.
Here we go, clean up the announce table. We know what's coming next.
Do you? Do you know what's coming next? I don't think you do. I don't think you do. Get off me. Touch me. Clearly, you didn't hear me the motherfucking first time I motherfucking said it. So I'll just torture you in the ring. That's fine. Oh my god. You're fighting the world's strongest man, Gunther. Oh, frick! No! I frickin' went for the tap out. No, I didn't mean to tap. You know what? We're not gonna do that. Okay, if he beats me again, this is just like CM Punk versus Jacob Fatu and the fight that I had earlier with Stephanie McMahon. If he beats me again, Gunther can get the Intercontinental title. But I literally pressed the button for resiliency to break out so he wouldn't tap me out. So I literally pressed the button. So because of that, we're not doing that. And plus, it just doesn't... Like I said, if he beats me, actually, then I will allow it.
Henry has a full grasp. The champ delivering when it counts. Mark Henry.
Let's see him kick out of this. 1, 2, 3. Well, that was freaking simple. All it took was an elbow and a slam. That's what you get when you work across the world's strongest man. I'm wrong. I thought we were going to get to a Royal Rumble, but ever since we went to WWE 2K25, like, there is almost never a Rumble, never a Money in the Bank. Actually, we did get a Money in the Bank last stream, I believe. Because Liv Morgan and Drew McIntyre might have actually been last stream. Because I saw how bullcrap it was that Liv Morgan grabbed the contract. So, what was it? It's ever since I started this game, there's almost never a Rumble, there's almost never a Chamber, and there's almost never WrestleMania. Like, it's always everything after. It's because I always like playing those parts and, like, getting to those parts exclusively because, especially since we're at that part in real life, they're literally the best part of WWE. For obvious reasons. Now, Gunther, the guy you just saw, almost tapped out Mark Henry. In real life, he's tapped out Bill Goldberg, John Cena in his final match, and AJ Styles. Like, he literally retired all three of them. So, he's officially named himself the Career Killer. I don't know who he's going to go for next. Brock Lesnar, Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton? But there's not too many more people for him to retire. But Gunther is probably the worst heel. Like, I'm not talking worst as in he sucks at being a heel. He is very good at being a heel. Like, you think Drew McIntyre and The Miz and Seth Rollins are great at playing heels? Gunther takes it to, like, 1,000,010. People say the legend killer Randy Orton is better than how Gunther is as the career killer. BS. Because I don't recall Randy Orton ever retiring anybody. Matter of fact, he was supposed to retire Hulk Hogan, but Hogan wouldn't put him over. That just goes to show you. Goldberg should have been more assertive. John Cena, he just knew his time was up. Styles was like, okay, but, you know, it sucks. Alright. So, Randy Orton against Jimmy Uso, because Randy Orton screwed Gunther out of the heavyweight title at Bad Blood. So now it's Randy Orton versus Jimmy Uso. I have not made Randy Orton compete for a title in, like, timeline-wise, like 3 years. At this point, especially with how far this channel has come, unless I bring new stuff to the table, like, I'm gonna pause this so I can actually talk. Unless I bring new stuff to the table, like Phineas and Ferb, Henry Danger, more horror stuff like Insidious and frickin' Conjuring and Annabelle and stuff like Ghostbusters, Kung Fu Panda, and like new stuff. It's almost taking new stuff for me to bring in new recommendations. Because everything that I started this channel out with, like Marvel and Scream and Saw, The Walking Dead, Dragon Ball, real life stuff, it's like less and less and less and less ideas are coming in. Because I feel that since those ideas have been predominantly what started this channel's upbringing, there's just less to work with now. And I've almost exhausted every idea that I either A, got rid of, B, kept, C, have already done, or D, plan to do. So, it's like, I think at this point, unless the stories are so good that they bring in people for new recommendations, I'm not going to get anything else. I'm just not. It's just the way that I think. I'm starting to recognize the YouTube system on that front more and more. To Randy Orton! Some thank you. That's a nice thank you there, Jimmy. I'm the one who screwed over Gunther to give you that title in the first place.
Devastating maneuver by the champion. Shoulders down. Still in this, the title hangs in the balance. The champion shot is palpable. The champ will have to dig deeper now.
You're gonna go for a spear, ain't you? I knew it!
The champ just closed this out. And quickly into the cover. Might be in trouble. What a kick out at two. This puts the pressure back on the champion. Can the champion respond with the
Super kick!
I can't tell if it's anger in the eyes or the fact that he hasn't finished this.
Another super kick!
Is still in this.
He's gonna do it again. Nope. RKO! Right? I need to make him have a punt kick, don't I? The frick? I was at the corner! I was at the corner. Let me do the move. Like, what the frick? Okay, I guess I'll do it again. He dodged 2 RKOs. I dodged a super kick. That's how he's gonna work it? Okay. I couldn't do the punt kick. I'm like, why? Okay, we're gonna redo that match. I want to actually get a fight, and that was a slaughter. Jimmy Uso would not slaughter Randy Orton. Gunther getting screwed is one thing, but not Randy Orton. I have not made him compete for a title in frickin' forever. That is not how I want him to go out. Oh, deja frickin' vu.
Very few superstars possess the fortitude to do what we just witnessed. Very few
You're gonna do it again, aren't you? This is literally deja vu! This should go to tell you something. Punt kick. Yeah, I was literally at the corner. So why didn't the punt work? Oh. Was he trying to go for an RKO? Jimmy Uso, you are no Viper, okay? You're better off being an Uso. Nice try, buddy! Come on, let me do the frickin' punt. Is it a one-done thing? Because I feel like it's a one-done thing. Oh, maybe the ones at the bottom are like the super moves. I thought he was going for a spear again. Although he's probably about to. Yep! Yeah, okay, I'm gonna give it one more chance. I feel like that's a one and done. If he beats me one more time, I'll just let him retain the title. I can always have Randy rematch him. This is a normal match, after all. It's not like it's a no-holds-barred or a steel cage, or a last man standing. And it would at least give Jimmy something. More than Jay got in real life and in the freaking game. I missed any kind of counter that I could have had. Woo! What the frick? Yeah, I guess it's like a super move. I don't know why it would be. Super kick!
And that turns things around. He's reaching under the ring for anything useful. He's got a sledgehammer. Oh man, this is not going to end well.
You think?
The Viper able to strike back. What a way to get out of that one. And what need is there to go looking under the apron like this?
Now give me that.
And Jimmy realizes he's not the only one in this match willing to do anything it takes.
Okay. Oh, it even says super under it. No wonder.
So crisp there, sliding back into the ring. Supreme confidence here from Jimmy Uso, but he is giving his opponent a lot of time here. Exiting the ring, taking the action outside. This is from the apron. Oh no, went big and pays for it. A huge miss. There's bad timing, and then there's whatever you want to call that.
Exactly. Now he thinks he's just toying with me at this point.
As he takes things out of the ring.
Hey, let me pick up the damn stick.
He's looking for an implement of destruction under the ring. something we all know can be a devastating weapon. And he was ready for super kick.
Watch, he's gonna do it again. Yep. Nice. Spear. Watch. Now he's gonna torture poor defenseless Randy Orton. He's gonna do a spear or not. That would have been a 1D if Jey Uso was there.
We're well into the match, and he still seems so fresh. It's almost unbelievable. Perfect execution from the champ. And right into the cover. It was almost just lights out on their championship dream.
This is a much better match than the first two.
Or is it the challenger's last gasp? And the heaviest hitter in the arsenal was not enough. Strong knee connects. And he's leaving the ring for the moment and slides back into the ring. Might not know where exactly he is right now, and it's about to get worse. Oh, wow. Super kick, a double super kick. Looking to capitalize on that move.
I still don't like how I wasn't able to do the frickin' punt.
This match is for the World Heavyweight Championship, a title that adds instant prestige to anyone's resume. This is a title people want to hold on to for as long as possible.
All right, this is the last time.
You are a top spot.
I know I keep saying that, but it's like, for one thing, I don't want Randy Orton to get beaten by all people Jimmy Uso. Number two, it's just like, you need to give Randy Orton something. If I land a punt, somehow he wins. Because I did not go for one single pinfall in all three of those matches. One pinfall, and he went for 38. Because the spears and super kicks make Jimmy and Jey Uso way too overpowered. Come on! Come on! Punt! Yes! 1, 2, 3! I did not think I would win that easily. I thought he would kick out. What the frick? Berto? Who the frick is Berto? Attacking the Viper Randy Orton? You're pretty freaking dumb. You are pretty freaking dumb. I'm the new World Heavyweight Champion, the Viper, Randy freaking Orton. Okay, that was much better. Now, final event of Payback. It will probably not be also until March, the middle of March. I'm gonna say, if I'm really gonna stick it out with Legacies and the originals, which I'm like, Do I really want to? If I stick it out with just Vampire Diaries, it'll be around I'm gonna say the middle of March-ish territory. Like, that's the latest that I think it will be until I'm done with it. And I could be very wrong, and it could take me longer, depending on my work days and, like, etc. But that's what I'm guessing. If I go with Legacies and the Originals, then I'm going to be done with all that by May territory. By then, I'll have nothing left to watch. I'll be getting on to books and video games what-ifs. Alright, Brock Lesnar's second opponent for the undisputed title will be Seth frickin' Rollins. So I'm going to tell you this, like, before summer of this year, I'm going to be on the video game and book what-ifs.
Byron, the undisputed championship is on the line here. The title has one of the richest histories in our business. The champion is representing quite a legacy here tonight. Yeah, the combined history of the WWE Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship all rolled into one championship. And like the title implicates, there is no disputing who is at the top when you carry that hardware around. Jammed into the top wrist lock. With authority.
Right to the left!
The beast of Kern looking to end this. Lesnar.
Really?
He's able to combat out of Brock's grip. Dangerous, constantly lurking in a no disqualification match. Interference has to be concerned for these superstars. Well, it certainly can. Brace for impact. Here it comes. The beast incarnate with a oh my. Will the champ make that payoff? With Brock here. German suplex. Did the champ just finish the job?
1, 2, and he kicks.
That's how much winning this title means. To give everything you've got.
By the way, if there are any video games, there's any series, franchises, single stuff, book, game stuff that you guys haven't seen me cover, plan to cover, or like in general show in future for this channel, leave it in the comments here or just anywhere in the Omniverse. So anything new, so we can expand it up for 2026. Negative second. What's up? What the frick is this submission hold?
Seth Rollins in dire straits, in danger of tapping out now.
I have never seen this submission hold.
The stretch buckler's in. Couple of kicks will bring.
Did he just use an F5? And I still kicked out at 1. You used your own move against me, and I still kicked out at 1. That's just disgraceful.
He thought this match was his.
If you're gonna use my own move against me, at least make sure that I'm good and down. I've thought about it, but I'm like, not really. Allow me to show you how a true F5 is done. Except I am not going to make you kick out at one.
That's got to be it. Consider the championship.
1, 2, 3. I swear to God, that ref was counting the slowest freaking, like, why do refs do that? She wasn't even attacked. Yeah, Brock, look at her like that. Get out of my ring. What? What are you doing here? That's funny because Punk and Brock have history. Come on. Come on, get up, tough guy.
I think we're gonna see it.
Okay, so, yeah, I thought about Supernatural, but, like, I more or less just went to the, that's around the time I thought about going to the 100, and I checked that out, and epic show, by the way. Decisive on the finale, though. And it's also whenever I started thinking about getting into the Vampire Diaries and reluctantly getting into the spin-offs. But yeah. So I want to share some stuff for Thunder's third episode and also the PyCon story since you guys are both here. So if you guys haven't seen Thunder's second episode, which King Devin, I know you probably most definitely did. What it's basically going to cover is Rick, Evil Rick, fighting in his battles. I'm not going to spoil who, obviously, if he survives or not, or what happens. But I do at least want to give some details, not huge, obviously. And yeah, it's pretty freaking epic overall. And also, Kaz, I forgot to tell you, also, I got a comment on my recent Transformers episode saying AI slop. Because I used AI a decent bit for that. And I already told people that my Omni games is full on AI and my Omniverse stories because, you know, I'm not a good designer or animator or picture maker, so kind of gotta. But that's cool though. How'd you like it? I think I'm just going to talk the rest of the time. I'll be done with games, more or less. Speaking of which, there we go. Yeah, we'll just chill like this. Yeah, if you thought the McQueen original story, The Walking Dead, was good, you're really gonna love the continuation, and so far the first 2 episodes for the Thunder story. Basically, the Rick and McQueen story sparked the whole Omniverse of Nick idea in the first place. Because originally, I could not have done this just like, hey, Lightning McQueen's in the Walking Dead world and like, here he is, you know? I don't even know who recommended that to me. It was probably one of the trolls from before. But I'm like, okay, that's like, I could try to make it work. I was originally going to put it off, and thank the freaking gods that I didn't. Like, genuinely. It is probably one of the best stories on my channel, and there would be no Omniverse of Nick if it wasn't for that story. There'd be no continuation or Thunder story or anything. So, ironically, if it was the trolls and everything like that, they were actually good for something. So, if you really thought that that story was good, you're really gonna love the continuation and the Thunder story. Speaking of, basically the 3rd episode will cover Evil Rick and everything, and I already made a post on this, but now I'm gonna ask you, Kaz, who do you think would win in a fight? A sharktopus, basically a combination, if you haven't seen the movies or like stuff revolving this creature, a sharktopus or a 7-headed shark. By the way, we're actually getting a 7-headed shark movie in 2030. And it's been like, I don't know, 10 some years since we had the 2, 3, and 5-headed and 6-headed shark attack movies. They're way better than the Sharktopus and Mega Shark movies, because they just have way more going for them. Far more gore, far more, like, you know, lore, and just far more attention to detail. The other movies are just crappy CGI. Like, the Sharktopus ones are good, but, like, they could be way better. I mean, besides that question, let me see what else here. I also make a 24-headed Hydra. I mean, it's not like we haven't seen something like that before in Hercules. And I also give Evil Rick a nanotech arm. So that just goes to show you how much, like, not only AI has helped me, but, like, how much I am planning on really going in depth with the stories. And by the way, I still think the Thunder's 3rd episode is not going to come out before the Omni games. So let's just say that the 3rd episode basically, quote unquote, spoils the winner. But I don't think you guys will have that to worry about, considering it's less than 2 weeks away. So, yeah. Also, Scream 7 and all that. Sharktopus would probably have more mobility, I would think, and the tentacles would be far more versatile than the heads. Yeah, but there's also, you gotta think, there's 7 heads, and especially if you watch the headed shark movies, like, even King Devon probably will tell you that, the headed sharks, they are pretty freaking fast, even if the sharktopuses are very fast and versatile. But I don't disagree with that. This would probably be the first time someone's asked, like, hey, put Sharktopus against a headed shark. And then I made recently a PyCon story. Story dedicated for PyCon. I wish him back to life. I basically put him and Piccolo against each other from the get-go at the tournament. Because, it was basically like, people have talked about PyCon versus Piccolo for decades. So, I kind of had to throw that one in there from the get-go. I give PyCon a lot of character. And for those who are like, oh, PyCon's not canon, yes, he is. So basically how Dragon Ball Super is getting the Kai treatment, and basically how Z, the movies, and GT are rendered as a separate universe or just completely non-canon. And I've already explained, like, not just my opinion. This is not just my opinion, but, like, the actual, like, if you really want to get into canon, that's the way to do it. How I've already explained it. But in Kai, it showed Kid Buu in the other world, in that scene, and it showed PyCon and all the other world warriors. Now, we didn't get the other world tournament in Kai, but PyCon, Olibu, and everybody else are there. So it's confirmed. PyCon and everybody there is canon. Just because they didn't show the other world tournament in Kai is probably due to how much filler was put in from there, especially with the whole, like, Frieza in the underworld and everything, and not being in the cocoon. That's probably why the Otherworld tournament was X'd out of Kai, is because of how much filler from it, and how much of it lining into Super would have just destroyed it. But yeah, I give PyCon a lot of attention, because almost every Dragon Ball Z fan will tell you this. He is as much my favorite character as, like, many, many others. Now, I have introduced Ultra Ego Vegeta and Black Frieza in my Vegeta Immortal story, but since Moro, Granola, and all of that is going to be canon, the PyCon story is the first story I am including that stuff exclusively. So even though it's not going to be a huge amount, if you guys know, I always tease something first, like with Broly and, like, small things, and then I, boom, story after story, whether it pertains to that character or characters or not, I just go in to that stuff and give them tons of attention. Sometimes it seems like I'm killing them or taking something away or doing something like that too prematurely, but it's simply because if I'm introducing something like a character or a scene or something like that for the first time, I don't want to go balls to the wall crazy, even if it pertains to that character. I want it to be teased first. It feels like I'm actually hyping it up to when I actually do work on them, you guys will actually freaking really enjoy them. Then again, people will always have their opinions about what they want and how they feel about stuff. Because you can't please everybody. And then after I finish Vampire Diaries, like May-ish territory, I will only have books and gaming what ifs to do. Besides new stuff that comes out and like small movies and stuff on streaming platforms and stuff that I get, everything that I have saved on lists and on my dock is set for the future. Because I have looked into basically everything that a guy can look into. No. Because for one thing, that's Z. Another thing, that's filler. So, yeah. I have always included Dragon Ball Z Kai. Like, not only because, like, when they introduced Dragon Ball Z Kai, and fun fact, that's what got me into Dragon Ball in the first place, whenever I was, like, 7 years old or something. I saw Dragon Ball Z Kai was on the TV and everything like that. And that's what got me in to frickin' Dragon Ball in the first place. So, like, I didn't even get into Z. When I got into Z and how, like, the dialogue and the arcs and everything, and just so much, especially GT in the movies, not so much the movies, which I'll get to in a moment, I just realized how freaking crappy the dialogue is. Like, it's cringe. But then again, Z, GT, and Dragon Ball were all made in the freaking 90s. So not everything is going to be perfect. Like, if you watch the Friday the 13th films, a lot of the dialogue is cringe. So, I mean, I get it. And it's not like the action scenes from Z are horrible. Like, Kai has just interpreted Z, taking out the filler, making the dialogue better, and pumping up the action scenes. Which is why Kai is better. And they're practically doing that to Super. Which is a good and bad thing, considering they've done Battle of Gods 4 times at this point. But that's the only, like, bad thing, per se. If they truly go and really do this whole remade Super thing, I'm just worried about how much of the original Super they're taking out. But considering the trailer didn't really take anything out of, and it really just, like, umped up the scenes that were already there, and it pretty much just, they all just said that it was re-enhanced, reshot, and, like, redone things, and they're only adding, like, bits and pieces of manga stuff that we know of for now. It makes me think that the only exclusive, like, down balls to the wall manga stuff we're getting is when we get to Moro and Granola. But I could be totally wrong. Because by 2027, that's, you think the end of 2026 is going to be Dragon Ball is, like, the next couple years are not just going to be Marvel pumped up because of Doom and everything like that, but Dragon Ball. Like, it's going to be epic. Like I told everybody, last year was the best year ever. Because not only was it, but it helped to set up. Every time a year is good, in my opinion, it helps to set up a much better year in return. Now, the whole world can hate me for thinking that all the way, but, like, it never hurts to be, number one, an optimist, and number two, like, it's the truth. Nothing ever stays bad for long. Anytime something bad happens, or anything like that, it's like, it sucks in the moment, especially if it's traumatic or bad. But It never lasts for long. Plagiarism. Yeah, it was laughably bad. Yep. Yeah. So we just ended the Royal Rumble, and we're getting on to the Elimination Chamber coming up here. Speaking of dates, approximately 2 weeks and 4 days. Friday, February 27th. The Omni Games and Scream 7. And I'm going to talk to you that especially more, Kaz, whenever we're done. But yeah, everything I've been hyping up for over a year and a half or something like that, it's finally going to come to fruition. By the way, Scream 8 has been confirmed by Williamson. God knows how they're going to do that. People need to stop hating on Scream. People say there have been too many Scream movies. But here's the thing. Friday the 13th and Saw have had over 10, 11 films. And barely anybody has ever hated on them. So I don't get what the problem is. And here's the thing also that people need to understand. Yes, there have been up to 7 Scream movies. But the reason that people, I think, are so, perturbed by the idea of new Scream movies is because, unlike every single other franchise, the Scream movies have had a long, divisive timeline. Think about it. The first 3 films released year back to back to back, with Scream 3 coming out 2 years later, but point still. And after Scream 3, 4 didn't come out for the next 12, 13 years because of Wes Craven's death. And then the next one, Scream 5, didn't come out until another 10 years later, and then they actually released Scream 6 because they had more to go off of, and now we can actually get back-to-back-to-back stuff. So, people should be happy that we're getting back on the pattern of how Scream used to be. But like I said, people will find any excuse they can to hate on something freaking awesome. And I'm really hyped. I'm talking really hyped for Scream 7. This is probably going to be the best movie, in my opinion, besides 1, 3, and 5. So it's ironic that it's an odd number as the best movies. I don't even mean to call those down the middle in my way intentionally. I'm not saying that 2, 4, and 6 were bad. Actually, 6 was pretty freaking good. But in terms of, 1 started the story and it was epic, especially Casey's murder. And it launched me into my first Scream story on the channel, which you guys really liked, the Casey Becker story. But it also, 3 had the biggest plot twist of all. And 5 brought back Scream and showed in new characters. Only reason I would hate Scream 2 is because Randy Meeks was killed, but they made a memoir to him in 3 and 5 and technically 6. That's why Chad and Mindy are freaking good characters, because it finally built on the Meeks family, the bloodline. So yeah, I'm not saying the other movies are bad, but in terms of overall epicness, I would have to say that 1, 3, and 5 are the best. And I'm looking to see as 7. Now, as for, like, top favorite, it would have to go between 3 and 5. Yeah, I can agree with that. Alright, we're about at the stream's ending point here. So, with that said, I will not be making, ironically, any community posts for a besides stream stuff, a vastly good amount of time till after the Omni games are over, because that's how caught up I am on my crap. Now, Kaz, I hope that I could talk to you on Discord after I'm done with the stream here. A lot to talk about and a lot that I think we can do before I hit the hay for the night. But anyways, like I said, there's not going to be any community posts for a great few weeks because of how caught up I am. And remember, if you are not caught up on anything, franchise or anything on this channel wise, especially Omniverse story, getting caught up is more influential than ever, because as we near closer, you are going to be needing to get caught up to understand the story, because the Omni games, specifically one key detail besides the whole thing, will connect you to episode 2 and 3, how it all connects into one big story. And just besides that, like, Project and What If wise, make sure to catch up, because especially after the Omni games, that's whenever we're going to start pumping out, like, even bigger, better, and, like, more epic stories. So, with that said, I will see you guys Monday, going onwards for the John Wick Mercenary Tao and John Cena WWE stories, and just overall next week for more stuff. And Kaz, I will see you on the Discord shortly. But I will see you guys later. Thank you for those of you who joined the stream.